Colbert converts again.
Outside to Clavel. Pull up 20-footer. Good! Bounce past the Duffy left hand.
They're watching CTV Sports!
Welcome to CTV Sports, here to bring you the latest updates on Colorado State sports. I'm Karlee Schwartzkopf.
And I'm Olivia Landis. Let's first get started with some spring football updates. The Colorado State football team saw sunshine and 70 degrees this past Saturday for another spring scrimmage, this time playing on an open field. Repeat last week, the offense took the reins again during the scrimmage, with quarterback Nick Stevens being extremely efficient, completing 20 of 25 passes for 316 yards and 5 touchdowns. Let's get a glance of what went down in this weekend's spring scrimmage, courtesy of Ram Vision.
It's a beautiful day to have some recruits on campus and play a little football. For the second scrimmage in a row, I thought the offense had their way. We're a lot more efficient throwing the ball this week than we were last week. I know there were a lot of yards and numbers, but the efficiency of Nick and the ones was extremely good today. I would bet he'd be close to 75 or 80% completion percentage. I think the ones might have been stopped just one time today. They did a nice job in and out of personnel and plays and moving the ball, and did a really good job defensively. Again, didn't play very well, and when we put the ball down and play, just not playing with the urgency that we need to play as a defensive football team right now. And we got to figure out how to fix it. And the only way I know how to do is just continue to work and continue to push the guys. I feel like we're way ahead offensively of where we were last year. And then we got a lot of returning guys. You've got an experienced offensive line, and with your center who calls everything, you've got an experienced quarterback, you've got experienced running backs, you've got experienced receivers. Tight ends are the guys that have zero experience. We have zero because Dalton is out. Defensively, I think we're ahead and knowing things. We're just not executing them. I'm setting all the defensive meetings this spring. We're answering the questions and understand what we're trying to do conceptually, but we're not playing through our concepts as fast as we need to play. You got to play with emotion. You got to play fast on defense. We're thinking too much and reacting to what the offense is doing instead of us defensively making the offense react to what we're doing defensively.
The Rams begin week 4 of spring season with practices this Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. The Green and Gold Spring Game will conclude spring camp on Saturday, April 22nd.
The Colorado State men's and women's track and field team headed to Boulder, Colorado this past weekend for the Potts Invitational. To open up the 2-day meet, Kelsey Bedard recorded the 3rd best women's hammer mark in CSU history, throwing 62.95 meters. Bedard is the only woman in program history to throw the hammer more than 200 feet. Jake Newell was the Rams' top finisher in the men's hammer, placing 5th. Before the second day of competition, 4 CSU male track and field athletes have been recognized for their national rankings. Gerald Mock currently ranked 3rd in the 10,000 meter, Cole Rockhold ranked 5th, and Jefferson Abbey currently holding the fastest 5,000 meter time in the nation at 13 minutes and 37 seconds. And finally, Mustafa Hassan 4th in the shot put. Back to the action in Boulder, Mackenzie Wright cleared 5.9 in the high jump. Wright was the only female athlete to succeed in each of her jumps. CSU went 1, 2, and 3 in the women's 1,500 meters, led by Janelle Links with a time of 4 minutes and 32 seconds, and Dominique Ward placing just 4 seconds behind the leader, with Allie Callner taking 3rd. Gabby Smith won the women's pole vault, breaking a 3-way tie, jumping 11-1 of the 3 men's shot put competitions won by the Rams this outdoor season. Daniel Wrench has now won 2, and Alex Vallejo winning last weekend. The Rams now have a huge weekend ahead of them as the distance team will head out to Mount Sac Relays, and the field athletes will compete at Long Beach State.
Well, it's time for a short break.
But when we return, we'll talk some upcoming lacrosse and tennis.
Tune in to KCSU, your student-run radio station at Colorado State University. Live 24 hours a day, every day at 90.5 FM and kcsufm.com. Live local new music now, and news, talk, and sports. KCSU, the radio voice of Colorado State, on the air since 1964.
You're watching CTV, produced by Colorado State University students, bringing you news, weather, sports, and entertainment from campus and beyond. CTV live Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. on campus and Fort Collins on Channel 11. Repeats at midnight, 8 a.m., noon, and 2 p.m.
The Rocky Mountain Collegian is your student-run news and information platform. Pick up your paper on campus or around Fort Collins Monday through Thursday with special editions Fridays. And check out collegian.com anytime for all the latest updates. News, sports, entertainment, opinion, and more. The Rocky Mountain Collegian, serving Colorado State since 1891.
College Avenue has been your student magazine for the last 10 years. College Avenue prints once a month covering topics that are relevant to the CSU and Fort Collins community. We also print special editions like the graduation guides at the end of each semester, the best of CSU each fall, and the orientation guide each summer. Look for us on racks around campus, off campus, or online at collegian.com under the College Avenue tab.
The CSU men's club lacrosse team is headed into some big competition this upcoming Saturday. Colorado State will host the annual Rocky Mountain Showdown against the University of Colorado. The Rams are currently on a 9-6 run in the season and ranked 10th nationally. Some standout players include Ashton Monheiser with 17 goals and 17 assists, Blake Warner with 22 goals and 8 assists, and Alec Geisler with 21 ground balls and an overall top shutdown defender. The annual showdown will be played at 12 o'clock p.m. at the Lagoon Field directly east of CSU's Rec Center. Tickets are $5 for students and $10 for general admission. Ice cream and pizza trucks will be catered, and there will be a pre-game family and fans events in the Ramskeller from 10 to 12. This will be the last game before the Rams head into the league competition the following weekend.
Before the weekend win, I was able to sit down with the women's tennis head coach, Jared Camerata, to talk about the upcoming competition and what it means to have underclassmen lead the team. Welcome to Ram Vision's Colorado State Women's Tennis Update with head coach Jared Camerata. I'm Olivia Landis. Coach, happy to have you back.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, so let's dive into this past weekend. You guys finally opened up Mountain West play, took on Boise State and then Utah State. Now, although you guys did come home with 2 losses, you talked about how you guys have seen a lot of growth. Let's talk about this.
Yeah, even though we lost matches, we were close in a bunch of them. We were close to getting the doubles point, and we're not quite where we need to be or want to be to get wins and to do well in the conference, but we keep getting better, and that's really all I can ask. And the wins will come if we keep focusing on getting better every day and with every match.
A solid mentality to have. You look at your top 4 singles positions and they're all filled by underclassmen. What are they kind of bringing to the table that's a little bit different for this season?
Yeah, I think it takes a little time for them to progress through the match, and they're not used to the trials and tribulations that happen in a college tennis match. They're used to tennis matches, but team matches have a different dynamic. So I think they're finally learning that, hey, this is what a match is like, and even if I win the first set, that doesn't mean the match is over, or if I lose the first set, that doesn't mean the match is over. So I think they're learning a lot, but also our expectation is, whether you're a freshman or a senior, when we put you in the lineup, we want you to win.
Well, speaking of some progress, already this season you have 6 victories, which is more than last season. How good does that feel to be, that new head coach position and have that already?
Yeah, it's good. It's good to win, and we'd like to win a few more than we already have, but it's a step in the right direction, and it's positive for the program, so very excited about that.
Well, thank you again to women's tennis head coach Jared Camerata. That wraps up our women's tennis update with Ram Vision. I'm Olivia Landis. The CSU women's tennis team hosted the visiting IUPUI Jaguars, picking up its 2nd consecutive win this past Sunday. The 6-1 victory was the 3rd in a row at home and upped the Rams' season win total to 8, which is more than last season. Next week, the Rams host Mountain West competitions Air Force and New Mexico Friday and Sunday.
It's time for another break.
Coming up, Karlee hit the plaza to get an idea of CSU students' favorite sports memory from this year.
You are listening to 90.5 KCSU Fort Collins with DJ Meanbeat,
DJ Nightshade,
DJ Wildcard. Music to me is
one of the best creative outlets that I can think of.
An escape from the real world.
Music to me is an expression of love.
Go from like folk to hip hop to like classic rock, 1960s bossa nova. With music, there's like no boundaries.
I work here because I love music, and you do too.
Well, it's no secret Karlee and I have been trying to get an idea of CSU students' sports knowledge this year.
That's right, and today I went into the plaza to see if that changed at all this year.
Oh God, there's too many. Frick, I mean, I think that my favorite memory was when we made our Rammies video, actually, because that was pretty funny. It was pretty fun too, and just being able to spend time with my teammates. I think that was the best memory that I have.
Cool.
And winning conference. That was pretty cool.
This one time, someone shot a basket right at the buzzer. Like, as the buzzer was ringing, they shot the basket, and it was awesome. And then everyone stormed the field. And then I was excited because pizza was half off at Papa John's after that, so yeah.
Well, this year we won the indoor conference championship, so that was cool.
Yes, and we ran on the 4x4, which it came down to the 4x4, so having your whole team behind you was absolutely amazing, and cheering for you, and it was the best memory.
This year it had to be winning indoor conference, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Go Rams.
Like the basketball game with Wyoming when they hit the buzzer beater and then we got the win. That was probably the best.
My favorite CSU sports memory was when we hosted San Diego State here in basketball and Gian Clavel shot in a 3 with like 3 seconds left. It was just amazing.
The basketball games, they got pretty rowdy this year. One in particular, everyone was cheering for the team and they called out a gift card and I was cheering the loudest, so I won $25 to King Supers.
I'd have to say the last game at Hughes Stadium against New Mexico. I mean, it was a really good football game, but just that last game in Hughes, just kind of being a part of something special like that kind of meant a lot. It's like to be a CSU Ram and be there as a student and stuff, so.
You know, Olivia, that was a lot harder than I thought it was to get some students to tell me their favorite sports memories. Not too many CSU students really go to many CSU sporting events.
Yeah, you know, we saw a lot of turnout in the men's basketball games towards the end of the season when people kind of heard how good they were doing. But besides that, even the football games this year, it's been a little bit of a struggle to get CSU students to come to the games.
It has, so hopefully that new stadium will entice some people to go to some football games.
Well, some other exciting sports news that happened this weekend. The DU hockey team claimed a national championship, which is super exciting, obviously, to have our neighbors down south claim a national championship. It's been since 2005 was the last time that they had that title, so they went through a 12-year dry spell. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, you know, DU is notorious for having a great hockey team and beating Minnesota, who, that state is just known for hockey. Pretty happy for the Pioneers.
Yeah, and what about that opening weekend with the Colorado Rockies? Did you have any friends that went or anything?
Yes, all my friends went to opening day, and I was so jealous. I wanted to go so bad, and the Rockies are looking strong. Maybe this could be their year. They could, do what the Cubs did and win a World Series.
That's pretty, far stretch, but we can stay hopeful. I mean, they did have 2 sellout days, and the last time that happened for the Rockies was back in 1998. So I think people are pretty excited about this new team and about the new guys coming in. So I think that's going to be exciting to see this summer.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to get some Rock Pile tickets and go.
Definitely.
Well, that wraps up this week's CTV Sports Show.
Be sure to check out our coverage throughout the week on our Twitter accounts and YouTube page. Have a great night.